So come to the front of your mat, feet together or hips width apart. And from here, we tuck in the belly button to engage the core, lift up through the pelvis. Let's bring the hands to the heart center. And we always set our intentions for our practice. So you're thinking of the practice as a moving, flowing meditation. You're going to set the intention to challenge yourself but work safely. See how your body feels. It changes every day, even if you have a regular practice. Sometimes it feels more open, sometimes a little tighter, depending on the time of the day as well. Setting your intentions to be kind to yourself and others around you if you have other people in your homes and your furry friends. Just practice safely with kindness in mind to the body and have some fun with your practice. Let's release those intentions. The next inhale, you fill the lungs up. Leave a small gap, retain the breath, and bring to your mind someone or something that's really special to you. And you're going to offer them your practice. When you see them, offer them your practice. Let's release the offering. And open with an Om. Om. I'm going to come to the front of the mat now. Again, feet apart, the back's a little tight. Bring the arms up. Just roll the shoulders. You can even bring the hands into a mudra called Kali Mudra. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, cross the thumbs, and gently roll the shoulders. If your back is a little tight, bend the arms and support the back to release the back with bent arms. If the back is more open, straighten the arms. You can bring the head back gently, breathing into your practice. Keep the breath through the nose to keep the energy in the body. We're going to fold forward, come into our forward fold, our Uttanasana. If your back is tight, bend the knees, catch hold of the elbows. Make the chest go towards the thighs. Head is really heavy. And then you're going to release the arms, take them behind the knees, catch them there. Chest towards the thighs, head heavy. Let's interlace the hands behind the back, palms together. Prasarita to bring the arms over the head. Bring the hands down and let's release the hamstrings a little bit. Hands flat or on the fingertips like I'm doing here. Just lift the heels up. That will release the hamstrings. Then bring the hands down. Step or jump back. High plank. And then from here, try to keep the butt in line with the hips. And then we go into our Chaturanga. Just bending the elbows. Remember, you can always do supported Chaturanga by bringing the knees down like this. And then go into your Chaturanga. Relaxing, breathing through the nose to keep the energy in the body. Slowly release, come up, sit back into an extended child's pose. We're going to open up the knees, stretch the back. And if your back is a little tight, you can always open them further. If your head's a little uncomfortable, use a brick. Walk the hands forward and stretch the shoulders. Let's release the shoulders here. Let's lift the head up and thread the left arm underneath the right. Bring the side of the head down. If the ear's down, you can bring the top arm behind the back. But mine's not down, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. Releasing the shoulders. Slowly, carefully release. Back to extended child's pose. I'm going to do the other side. To extended child's pose. We're going to keep the forearms down, the knees down, and we're going to slide forward into Bhujangasana. So the only thing that works as working here is your back. You keep the body low to the mat, forearms down, knees down. When the head reaches the hands, you come into your cobra. Earlier in the morning, you can always take the knees off the mat, upward facing dog. We'll feel a stretch in the stomach and the back. If your neck is tight, gently turn it to one side, to the center, and then to the other side. Sit back into your extended child's pose. You can move a little faster here if it feels nice. It's a safe way to open up the back. Forearms down, knees down, sliding forward into your Bhujangasana. Sit back into your extended child's pose. And you're going to slide forward into your cobra. Relax the shoulders and the neck here. Take the knees off the mat if you need to. And then we come into our downward facing dog. Back a little tight. I'd have the heels up. And you can open up the feet no wider than your own hips, or bring your feet a little close together, whatever feels right for you. Take a few gentle bounces, hugging the arms in towards the ears. Middle fingers, you might want to turn them to the corners of the mat. And then from here, I'm going to release the right arm. Find the outside of the left ankle, look underneath the left armpit. And then we're going to do the other side. Take it to where it wants to go to. You can hold the shin or the knee, but hold it lightly. And then from here, take the right leg up. Open the hip by bringing the heel towards the glute. Imagine you're stepping into a half wheel, but we're not. It's that kind of sensation. Then we're going to take the knee into the chest, take it over to the left elbow, take it up, take it to the right elbow, or place it onto the upper arm, and come into a one-leg crow, head down, into your headstand. No jumping in your headstand. You can bring the knees onto the shelf here. We come into a crow, lift up, they're right on the shelf, jump back, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Then we're going to step the right foot forward. We're going to relax the hip here, interlace the hands behind the back, front knee over the ankle. You can bring the sit bone down, pad the knee out if you need to, put a blanket underneath there. And then from here, bring the arms up, catch hold of the elbows, open the shoulders. You can bring the arms into Kapyasana, hands into Kali Mudra, roll the shoulders here. Bend the arms, left arm out, take it behind the back. You're going to find the fingertips here, but don't force it. See how that feels. Keep them apart if it doesn't feel right. If your hips are a little tight, take the back knee off, take a little rock. So preparation for your Uttanasana lizard. Bring the knee down. Slow and careful. To open the shoulders, take a strap. And then from here, we're going to fold the strap in half. Place the foot into the loop you've made. So think of the strap that you're opening rather than carrying a sack. So you're opening the shoulders. Turn it around. Make the strap very big if this doesn't feel comfortable. Arms close to the ears. Try not to look back. The objective is to walk the hands down to catch the foot. Slow and careful. So this will open the shoulders. The other way to open the shoulders, like in the skills and drills, take the strap out nice and wide. And remember, it's inactive here, and then it becomes active. Slow, gentle movements here. And that will open the shoulders. So go slowly and carefully. So straps are really useful. Use a belt if you haven't got a strap. And then from here, we'll go into our full lizard. Bring the elbows down, outside elbow first. If that doesn't go down, stay rocking. Bricks are really useful, but for this pose, if your hips are tight, just rock backwards and forwards, and that will open up the hips. Outside elbow, then inside elbow. You can make a pillow here. You can set the front foot onto the forearms. If the inside elbow doesn't go down, hold the foot. But if the outside elbow doesn't want to go down, you stay rocking for a few weeks till the hip opens up. If you want to fly here, very easy to fly. So these are arm balances. Preparation for Chaturanga prepares you to strengthen the shoulders. You feed the right arm underneath the right thigh. This right foot, it has to slide out a little bit. So from here, you just take it out. You're leaning on your shelf, and then you can use blocks. This is where the blocks do come in handy. So hands flat. Feed the right hand underneath. Make a shelf with the upper arm. Thigh goes onto the shelf, and you can fly a little higher. Slow and careful. You can go into chin balance from there. No blocks though. Just practice safely. It's just balance rather than strength. And then I move the right foot really close to the front of the mat. I take my strap or sock, place it in front. Take a little rock here. So we're working with Hanuman now. See how this feels. You can sit back. You can stay here. You can hold the foot. That might be enough. Or I come up. I walk the left knee forward, make sure it's comfortable. Heel comes off the mat. So you've got control. You can slide it back and forward, and you don't want to go into pain. So we're practicing quite early in the morning, and it feels uncomfortable but not painful. I relax the shoulders, Try to keep everything in one line. If you have a mirror to the side, you can always look at your progress. Slow and steady progress, I like to think. Normally in the afternoon, later in the morning, this is much lower. I gently slide it, and I've got control here, sliding it back and forward. And take your time. And then from here, I'm going to open the hip. We're going to go into Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So we're going to take this right foot across the mat. And then from here, I'm going to place a brick underneath if I'm staying up like this. But if my hips are tight, I just fold forward. You can always sit on a cushion here and can hold this for a few minutes. Don't go into pain. Try not to adjust the foot by the knee. You're going to injure the knee, just the toe of the ankle. If you want to come up, again, you can place the foot and sit on a block. You can pick up the back foot. You can slide it into the crease of the elbow. Make sure you're sitting the hip down. If it's not down on the floor, adjust it. Take your bind here. Again, you can use a strap. Slow and steady progress. Remember, you're not hauling anything. You're opening, shoulder opening. Elbows in, close to the ears. And just breathe into it. It can be a little uncomfortable, never painful. Don't keep the arms too wide. Relax and breathe into it. From here, we can prep for pincher, slow and careful. Or you can always go to a wall if you want to. So again, with your chaturangas, it's building strength in the shoulders. You can practice your pincher by using a block here. Squeeze a block, index fingers and thumbs. Just grip the block here. Take a little rock here, backwards and forwards. And then you walk in. Unless you're intentionally going into your back and working with your back bends, you really want to make sure you're mindful. Don't go into your back unintentionally. Take a little hop here. Or press into it if you've got Hanuman. Squeeze the block, it acts as a wall. And slowly come down. Take your time here. Practice safely. As I remind my students, as my dad reminds me, that asanas have been around for a long time. Now we work with our handstand preparation. Use the wall. I'll show you the wall in a moment. So from here, standing split. Stay here. Try to relax into it. If you're a little nervous, this is where you can use the wall. Safe wall, no mirrors. You just turn to the wall, and there's options. You can turn around like this, hands flat. Walk the hands down, walk the legs up the wall, hands flat, and take your time. Keep it nice and simple. Solid wall, no mirrors. Come down, or turn around. And then from here, try not to move the foot that's on the floor, hands flat, lift up through the shoulders, lift the heel up, and you can take a little hop here. Use the wall this way, slow and careful. Touch it that way, then find the balance. Point the toes, squeeze the thighs, and lift up. Keep lifting up. Use the wall, move further and further away from the wall. Then when you find the balance, move away from the wall. Slowly release. And then from here, bring the feet together. We're going to move our props out the way. We're going to do the other side. Swoop the hands down. Then come up from your Utkatasana, your chair. You can lift the heels up here. And then you're going to turn the palms to the ceiling. Glue the arms to the ears. And think about this line when you're working upside down. Recenter yourself. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to just turn around so you can see the other side. Take your time here. You can always stop the video and work at your own pace. Let's bring the arms up, and then from here, roll the shoulders. Shoulders are tight, keep hold of the elbows. And then we fold forward, come into your forward fold if the back is more open. Release, hook the big toes with the index fingers. Or you can even step onto the palms. You're choosing what's right for your practice on the day that you're practicing. From here, we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. You can turn the palms to the ceiling in your prasarita. Hands down, step or jump back, high plank. And then from here, come into your chaturanga. Remember, you can do your supported chaturanga. And remember, it's different to your press up. When you do your press up, let's move this down so you can see your shoulders are in line with the head, and that's your press up. Your chaturanga, the shoulders go forward. And we're supporting the body here. Take your time, slow and careful with your practice. Now we sit back. Open up the knees. Just relax the shoulders. We're going to slide forward. Come into our cobra. Sit back and slide forward. One more time, sit back And then we're sliding forward. You can see I'm moving fast here. It's a safe way to open up your back. You can move much slower, your practice. Before we do anything else, we come up onto all fours, heads over the shoulders. Let's do a few cat-cows. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl the back in. 3 times here. Inhale, exhale, breath through the nose. Inhale and exhale. Warming the wrist up a little bit more. Turn the right hand around. 3 times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This will help you with your inversions. And also, we use our wrist a lot, so it prepares it. Turn the left hand around. Remember, you can modify, never go into pain. Practice at your own pace. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Turn the hands to face in. Heads over the shoulders. 3 times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Hands face in. Make sure the hands are down. 3 times. Adjust the knees so the head's over the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale, and then release. The next one's optional. Front of the hands down. The nails are down. And then from here, the wrist is down. It should feel comfortable. It shouldn't feel uncomfortable. Don't do this yet until it feels comfortable. You could even try one side. Just make a yogi fist thumb outside. Stretch it that way. And you do that 3 times. And this will help you if you're working a lot on your laptops. It will help to release it. We sit back on the back of the feet. We stretch the arch of the foot, forearms together, move the wrist around. You can do this during the day to release your wrists. You're at your desk. Turn the palms away. And just have a stretch here either side. Now we're going to go straight into downward facing dog. And my back is a little tight, heels are up. Take a few gentle bounces. Think about the big toes down, the baby toes down. Hug the arms in towards the ears. Use your length of the mat. And then from here, release the left hand. Find the ankle, the right ankle. Look underneath the armpit. You can always hold here. And then do the other side. Take it to where it wants to go to. Then release. And then from here, we take the leg up. We open the hip. So it's that sensation like you're stepping into a half wheel. You're opening the hip. Take it into the chest. And then take it to the right elbow. Take it in. Take it to the left elbow. And then you place it onto the elbow. Find the balance here. It's got to be on the top of the elbow. Head down. No jumping in your headstand. Corner of the eyes, you can see the fingertips. There's all sorts of variations. You can bring the feet into a butterfly. You can take them out wide. Slow and careful. You can even go back into that one leg like this. Head up. I'm a little slippery here. Knees onto the shelf. Looking ahead and jump back. Chaturanga. Slow and careful. Release the back. And then we come into our down dog. And then we're going to step that left foot forward. So take it into the chest. Left foot forward. Cushion the knee if it needs cushioning. Relax everything here. Interlace the hands so you can stay here for a few breaths if you have time. You're working at your own pace. Listen to the body, see how it feels. Catch hold of the elbows or arms into Kapyasana, hands into Kali Mudra and roll the shoulders. You can stretch the back. It might be feeling warmer now. Bend the arms. We take the right arm out. We take it behind the back. Now, you can see it doesn't reach. But with kindness, I release the top hand. I find the elbow. I walk it up. And then it will reach. So go slowly. And remember, take the hip knee off a little bit like this if the hip's a little tight. And then slowly, carefully release. You can use a strap here. Slow and careful. So choose the way you want to use it. Any earlier than about 10 o'clock in the morning, I would use the strap lengthwise. Elbows in and open the shoulders. And I'm not throwing my head back. I'm just opening them that way. And then release. Take the front foot out to the edge of the mat. Line the hands up the heel of the foot. Take your little rocks. Bring the elbows down. Outside first. Inside, you can hold the foot. Elbows down. You can play with any variations here. Or stay rocking if the hip's super tight. Take your time. Flying again. Feed the hand underneath. So the left hand goes outside the left foot. The upper arm goes onto the shelf. You tilt forward. Be careful with your teeth. You can put a blanket in front, but it's just a balance. You can hear I'm talking to you, cueing you into the pose. We're going slowly. relaxing into the body. And then from here, we're going to take the left foot to the front of the mat, walk the right knee forward, get your strap ready. Take your time. This side might be more open, it might be a little tighter. So take a little rock here, you open up the hip, and then you can sit back. And I had an injury, but it's better, but I'm not going to go too deep this morning. Foot out, and then slide it forward. Or slide it in. If you're on a hard surface, then you just need something underneath the heel. If you are on a carpet, if the carpet's very precious to you or your family, don't slide forward. You'll take the pile off your carpet, but if it's a regular carpet, you can slide forward. And you can relax into it. The longer you hold without going into pain, you can put some music on, the easier it becomes. Don't overstretch. You can do this regularly, and every third day maybe stretch a little deeper. Now take the foot in, take the foot across. Remember, you can just, this is Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, but in Yin we call it sleeping swan. You can just fold forward here. That might be nice. If you have any issues with the knee, it normally is to do with the hip being very tight. Fold forward here. Or if you're coming up again, place a block underneath, stay here. And then you can relax into it. Pick up the back foot, slide it in. Stay here, take your bind, use your straps. All sorts of options here. Choose what's right for you. You can even just stay here. No blocks. You can use tins like this, but I wouldn't sit on a tin, I'd sit on a book instead. And then you're going to slowly release. And we'll work with our pincher. I'll show you another way to work with pincher. You can use your walls here like I showed you with the handstand. So pincher practice. So slow and carefully. This is a one that took me a while to get. So I had my elbows too wide. So you can try it in simple prayer. They're not crossing like this, simple prayer. Baby fingers down, elbows in. And the baby fingers are down, the elbows are in. And then from here, we'll balance the body, so working both sides. The left foot stays down, the right leg comes up. You can take a little hop here and find the balance. Slow and careful. And play with it. Then you can look through. You're controlling it. So slowly and carefully. It feels very nice on the shoulders. You can see it's just about balance. The Chaturangas will prepare you for it. And then, again, we balance, because whatever we do on one side, we try to do on the other side. Come into your standing split here. Stay here. Hold the ankle. I wouldn't hop with blocks like this, because it's going to be unsafe. So you can go to the wall and place the hands down like this, and go to the wall, take a little hop. And remember, you don't have to come up completely. So all you do is have the hands down. And you can take little hops, so your hands stay stable. Try not to move the left foot. Keep the right leg up and take a little hop. And find the balance that way. Slow and careful. Then eventually, the legs will want to come up. Point the toes, squeeze the thighs, and lift up. Press the hands in. Breathing and relaxing. Knees into the chest and come down. Slow and careful. The asanas have been around for centuries, so we'll be here next week. And you can hear I'm cueing and demonstrating, so I'm panting. Keep the breath through the nose and you won't do that. You'll keep the energy in the body, the prana. Sweep the hands down. Come into your Utkatasana. And then you're going to come all the way up. I'm going to release. I'm going to come down to lie on the mat. Just a couple more things. And then when I can leave you to go stay in your relaxation. So from here, hold the ankles, lift the hips up, and release the back this way. You can use a block here. So take the block. Lift the hips up. When you're using props, make sure it's comfortable. Lift the hips up completely. Place the block underneath the sacrum. Use the hands, make sure the block is flat on the floor. Bring the arms. So a lot of Chaturangas, you want to stretch the shoulders now. Arms over. It should feel like you're on holiday. You can take the legs out here. If the block is flat, it's going to help to release the back. And it doesn't have to be this high. It can be lower. So we're traveling now. Thank goodness the pandemic, they've released the restrictions so you can travel. So if you're on a seat that's not great, on a train or plane, use the block here. Nice way to release the back. And then from here we're going to release. You have the option to do shoulder stand and then full wheel. Well, this is a slightly express practice. And we did a lot of back bending here, so we're going to bring the knees into the chest, small circular movements. We're going to release everything. And go into the other direction. And then, from here, I'm going to take the knees over to the left. That's a block dropping. And the head to the opposite side. Take a little twist here. You can always take the right leg out and take a deeper stretch. Slowly release, reset the back. Take your time. And then slowly, you're going over towards the right, the head to the opposite side. Take the top leg out, that's optional. And then release. And then from here, we're going to go into a happy row. You keep the back down, the head down. So you can hook the big toes, but don't break them off. Take the legs out as wide as it feels comfortable. Then you're going to release the hands from the feet. Squeeze and tense. And we're going to release. And the most important thing, when you finish your practice, try not to overanalyze your practice. You send gratitude to the body, because remember, it works really hard for you, not only in your practice, but all year round. Every day, even in the evenings, whenever you sleep, the body's repairing itself. Sending gratitude and kindness to every part of the body. You're sending the breath to any areas of tightness and discomfort. And start to relax the whole body. So we start from the feet. Just relax the feet, the toes, big toe to the baby toe, heels, soles of the feet, front of the feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, and hips. The glutes relax. Your fingers relax from the thumb to the baby finger. Palms, front of the hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders. The arms rejoin the legs, heavy and restoring. And now to your back, the spine and the sacrum. Relax. The back of the neck, the back of the head and the scalp. The face relaxes. The forehead, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, and cheeks. The front of the neck. The back, the head, and the face. Reconnect to the arms and the legs. Rebalancing and restoring. And now to your torso, your chest, the rib cage, all the internal organs, your lungs, liver, kidney, spleen, pancreas, digestive system, diaphragm, and heart. They find their balance. You sink deeper into the earth. And you allow the whole body to relax. Now you can stay here in your Savasana, but if you're finishing with me, you're going to bring the arms over the head, feet together, take a stretch. Bring the knees into the chest, hold below the knees, take a few circular movements. And we'll release the back. Then you're going to roll over into your embryo. Stay here, great position to be in the morning. Then you come up. And again, just re-ground the body. So reconnect to the body, especially if you're going out of the house after you've practiced. You want to connect back into the body. If you're in your homes, you can stay relaxed. Find the right side of the heart, connecting to your spiritual heart to find your balance again. We seal the practice. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for joining. Remember, practice safely, have fun with your practice. See you.